had been given to the people. And sometimes all we have is a promise. In the middle of our pain, in the middle of our disappointment, all we have is a promise that everything is going to be all right. All we had is one day that God would send a Messiah. That hope that God would one day send a Messiah burned in the hearts of the people. And what kept the wise men going? Every night they would search the heavens looking for that star of promise. They knew when they saw it. They knew they had to follow it wherever it led them, because it was a sign that God had kept his promise. Therefore, they kept going. Question this morning as I close: what keeps you going? In your uncertain times, in your difficult days, what keeps you moving to another level? I believe it's a hope. And hope is not seeing the prospect of any change, but you move forward anyway. Hope is not seeing, but believing. Hope, if you will, is just like faith. It's the substance of things hoped for, but it is no evidence of not seeing. And sometimes life can be so difficult, life can be so rough, that life and hope is hanging in the balance. Everybody has counted you out, everybody has said it's all over, but you still hang anyhow. I can tell you don't see what I'm talking about, but let me close with this. I remember when I was a little boy, every day we came home, the first thing that we watched on television at 3:30 was Batman and Robin. Come on now, walk with me. The dynamic duo. And they would fight the Joker, and they would fight the Riddler, and they would fight everybody. And at the end of the show, Batman and Robin's lives would be hanging in the balance. You'd see them up against the wall, you'd see them not knowing what was going to happen, and all of a sudden the commentator said, will Batman and Robin survive this one? Will Batman and Robin, will their lives be changed? Will the Riddler do what Batman and what he wants to do? And then he would say, tune in tomorrow on the same bat time and the same bat channel to find out if Batman and Robin would live. And you know what? We come back the next day, and it didn't matter how bad it looked for Batman and Robin. They came out victorious anyhow. And all I want to tell you today, somebody's back is against the wall, and the jury is still out, and somebody wants to know, will you survive tomorrow? Will you make it next week? Will your life change? You can turn and tell your neighbor, tune in tomorrow, the same bat time and the same bat station and the same bat stuff, and find out that though I'm down, I will make it anyhow. Though my back is against the wall, I will come victorious. Christ brings us a gift. He brings hope for the future. Is there anybody in the house who thought about throwing in the towel? Is there anybody in the house who said this life ain't worth living? Is there anybody in the house who cried before you got here this morning? Who thought about forgetting it all before you got here? But I've come to tell you, don't you let go. You stay tuned, because your future is not over. Your life is not over. God told me to tell somebody on this Christmas day, you be steadfast, unmovable, and always abounding in the work of the Lord. For you know, as much as you labor, your labor is not in vain. God told me to tell somebody, in due season you shall receive.